1922, Los Angeles. In between all the murder, robbery, wildfires, debauchery, main character syndrome, aliens, and crack, before Manson, Ramirez, or all these honorable people, two women start a cult. In between all the cults. But this cult was different. It was a normal cult until it wasn't. The Divine Order of the Royal Arms of the Great 11 was a cult that was started by May Otis Blackburn and her daughter Ruth. Now, this cult got up to a lot of weird things, but we're going to start with it being a normal cult and, its beginnings and all that. So, in 1922, they say that the two angels, Michael and Gabriel, come to them and say they are the two witnesses described in Revelations, and that they should write a book. In that book that they write will bring about the end of times. That's normal cult phenomena. Let's carry on. What was also common cult phenomena was starting a commune and getting all the money from all the people in the cult. And one of the people that gave May Otis all this money was a man, Clifford Dabney. Now, Clifford Dabney was the nephew of a very rich oil man. He would eventually give May Otis about $50,000 in 1920s currency. That's when the very weird things start. And when I say weird, I mean weird because of the media, and then very weird because we know nothing about it. Now, it would be weird if you knew the cult that 4 of the members went missing, including Ruth's husband. If you knew Ruth and May, it'd be very weird to know that May's first husband, or Ruth's father, also went missing before all this shenanigans started. So, yeah. Cut to 1925. There's 16-year-old Willa Rhodes, and she gets a toothache. Now, she gets an infection, dies from it. It was the 20s, you can't blame her. But when she died, the parents, also members of the cult, came to May Otis and asked, what is the best way that we can resurrect our daughter? And May Otis told them with a straight face that in exactly 1,260 days, if they followed her precise instructions about keeping the body, not totally decomposed, at the end of the 1,260 days, Willow would eventually be resurrected, on the one condition that the book that May and I guess technically Ruth as well were supposed to write, once that's released, then after the 1,260 days, Willow will be resurrected. So eventually it would be all discovered that the parents put Willa's body into a box that the father had made, and also in a box next to that was a box of 7 sacrificed puppies because fuck it, why not? But apparently they were supposed to represent the 7 notes of Gabriel's trumpet, or a normal trumpet, or a music scale, or whatever else has 7 things to it. And these 2 boxes were placed under the floorboards of the house that the family moved into. And yes, they moved her body in the car. The press apparently started spreading the clickbait, really, of the day. I don't even know what it would be called anymore. The family would transport the body straight upright, and it would look just like a 16-year-old kid that isn't dead. But apparently that only happened once, which I don't know if that's less weird. Either way, they would move the body around for whatever reason. That wasn't figured out until 4 years later, and that's not even the end of it. Apparently, one of the 4 missing members, a woman named Frances Turner, went missing. Well, not really missing. More so because she was paralyzed and couldn't speak. And I couldn't find information further about why or any of that. But she ended up getting, again, I don't know if she had or got, a blood disease. And May Otis, of course, because a great cult leader should. If she didn't, it would be a dereliction of duty. She puts this poor woman in a brick oven for 2 days. And, I mean, eventually she died, but I don't know when. I don't know if it was after 2 days, if it was after an hour. I don't know. I don't know if the oven was on. I don't know if it... I don't have any further information, but she did die. Sadly. But what the fuck? But neither of those things brought the cult down. The thing that really brought the cult down was being sued by Clifford Dabney. See, he was mad that May hadn't written the book that he gave her the money for. So he sued her and they charged her with fraud and she went to prison. And nothing else happened. One of those missing cult members did come back and rejoin the cult. The cult went on without May. That's all I know.